Labor Day weekend. This live is brought to Travis Decker and baby Emmanuel. Two-part live, everybody. Where is Travis Decker? Is he alive? Is he still roaming the Pacific Northwest? Have his remains been recovered, but they just don't know it's him? Uh, what's the deal? What is the deal with Travis Decker? Two-part live, everybody. Is he still alive? As they have been saying, no matter where you are roaming the earth, you have got to eat, you have to drink water, you have to use the restroom, and you have to have shelter. He may be equipped, to some degree to be out in the wilderness, live, but he still has to have shelter, he still has to eat. And with carrying food, it would get heavy at some point, just with canned goods. You understand what I'm saying? So what did he have last sighting, last alive? What did he have? How much food did he have? Just curious. Baby Emmanuel, where is this baby? It is presumed, it has been presumed the child is not alive. We have all this information about a fake confession that the DA is saying they don't believe that uh, um, that he confessed. Perhaps they didn't want people to know that he confessed. Um, they wanted to reveal that themselves about Mr. Jake Harrow, and that would show them up. This information from Brian Enton, but Brian Enton says that he's standing on his sources that Jake confessed to an informant. And that's the latest information. Brian Enton stands on his information. And as I said, the DA, if it's true, they lied to us and said no. Maybe their idea of a confession is him saying to detectives, state police, sheriff, yes, I killed my kid. Here's where you can find my kid. I don't know. But that's the latest information. That's the latest information. I don't know what's going to become of the Harrows. I do believe they're playing a dirty game with law enforcement. I do believe they both are playing a dirty game. I do believe that eventually Rebecca will tell the truth, or some form of a truth about where the child is and what happened to the child. Information has come out from the DA. How they know this, I don't know, that the child was abused, and that is what led to the child's death. Many people probably assume that anyway, because we now know about Jake's history with a previous girl child, that she was abused, and then she was had a lot of issues, current issues, trach in her throat. Sorry, I'm a little slow today. She can't see, she can't walk, she can't talk. So with that information, most people are going to assume that baby Emmanuel was abused. That would be a normal assertion. Hello, Pale Rider. Good to see you. That would be a normal, common sense assertion that he abused this kid. And more than likely, as I said to you all before, he's abused a 2-year-old. This man has some issues. One expert says they believe that possibly he was abused as a child, same age that most perpetrators tend to abuse children at of a certain age that they were abused. Don't know if that's true. My thing is, if he was abused at 2 months, how would he even know that? 2 months doesn't have any memory. Do you have a memory of being 2 months old? Hell, do you even have a memory of being 1 year old? Probably not. Either way, whatever the hell his problem is, Rebecca's problem, they're grimy to me. They're grimy to me. I do believe she probably participated in hurting that kid. I won't doubt that kid has some developmental issues, either born with developmental issues and or they caused damage to the child, which made the child have developmental issues. I won't doubt they never took the child to the doctor. And somebody in the chat had put a comment on my page saying the mother hadn't seen the child. Her mom hadn't seen. I don't know where this person's getting this information from, but that would be bizarre. That her own mother hadn't seen baby Emmanuel. Why not? So what was she doing? Keeping the baby hidden? Doesn't really make any sense. So, you don't really know who saw the kid, who visited the kid. This is why I asked all the questions about the child being posted on social media. Did they post the baby regular? Did she take pictures of the baby? This is how you get to the bottom in a timeline of when the child was last seen. Was Rebecca on social media? Did she post herself, Jake, the baby, the 2-year-old, and also baby Emmanuel? That'll give you a timeline. Because now you got to ask, who is the source of the information that the child hadn't been seen in a month? Because you got a mother who hadn't seen the baby, the grandmother. So then you got to ask, how close is Rebecca to her own mother? Did they have a good relationship, or they didn't have a good relationship? Well, if they didn't have a good relationship, that would be a reason why she didn't see the baby or the 2-year-old. I don't know. Now, what'll be crazy is she comes out and tells us, oh, yeah, I used to see the 2-year-old, but I didn't see baby Emmanuel. So then you got to ask yourself, okay, well, who was keeping him? I don't know. It's all a bunch of BS. And right now, this is all you're going to get pertaining to these type of stories is he said, she said, and you got to try to figure out who do you believe is telling the truth about the said situation. It's just all crazy to me. And once again, it's a harrowing story of a child. 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, he was abused, neglected. The 2-year-old probably the same. Luckily, the 2-year-old is alive. Baby Emmanuel isn't. And these people are abusers. You got to ask yourself that too about, did she even know that he had a past criminal record with abusing his other girl child? And why would you want to be with her? Why would you want to be with somebody who has a felony record for child abuse? And I don't know how you can get a felony on child abuse, which I consider attempted murder, and get 6 months in jail and then probation. It's BS. And the judge needs his ass whooped. The fact that you think it's okay to let a baby abuser walk around the street, the laws need to change. So we all need to contact our local legislators and let them know and sign petitions. We will not stand for people to abuse children any form or fashion. They cannot get a pass of a couple of months in jail, probation, get out on parole. Hell no. You need to go down. And what the life that little girl has now, that to me is a life sentence. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, she's alive, but she can't see. She can't walk. She can't talk, so she can hear. I tell people, I don't care what anybody says. There's nothing wrong with being able to see. You can see the trees. You can see the clouds. You can see the moon. You can see your hands in front of you. She doesn't have that luxury. She can't walk. He was walking around. He and Rebecca. Trach in her throat. Can't eat food in a normal fashion. You eating steak and eggs, enjoying yourself. Just, it's just absolutely ridiculous. What the system allows, what these judges allow. Because in the end, they are the ones who give these people their sentences. So the fact that you think it's okay to let this man, woman, whomever, walk around free, you're out of pocket. And how do you sleep at night knowing you gave a person a 6-month jail sentence and probation after damn near putting a little baby girl to sleep? 2.5 months old, you're beating this kid to have brain damage, hemorrhaging, neck issues. The baby had all type of stuff wrong with her. And she still has stuff wrong with her. I mean, I want you to think about that. When you go in your refrigerator and you pull out a soda pop and you go fix you an omelet, a steak, a hamburger, whatever, you're able to chew it, swallow it just fine. Well, she doesn't have that luxury. Jake's daughter. She doesn't have that luxury. She doesn't have the luxury to get up and run around and play with other children. She can't walk. She can't run. Oh, that's right. She can't see to walk and run. Run and walk. Play, tumble like normal children, 7, 8-year-old kids. No hopscotch, no jump rope, no playing Monopoly, Uno cards, the things that children do, ride bicycle. Oh, she doesn't have that luxury. She can't see. She can't walk. And even with him being incarcerated, he still, to me in my book, has a pass. He's been given a free pass because he's alive. And I think he should not be free. Rebecca either, because she's a part of this BS too. And this is why I always say, we're not going to sit here and put all the blame on Mr. Jake Harrow, because Rebecca is a party to this. And I don't want to hear it later down the road all that woe is me and her crying in court and, oh, I'm so sorry, I love my kids and I stayed with him when I knew he was an abuser. Yes, I knew he had a criminal record and that he damn near killed his girl child, but I fell in love with him. I thought he was different. I thought he was going to change and all that old BS. I don't want to hear all that SHIT, because in the end, as I've told people, and you know this, you're an adult, at some point you got to stand account on what you do, what you say, how you behave. You got to stand account on that. Whatever you allow, you hanging around with foolishness, you're hanging around with crazy people that staying in stuff, getting in trouble with the law, breaking the law, using drugs, selling, whatever it is, drunks, it's all the same. You got to own your part. If you're that way, you got to own your SHIT. Can I keep blaming stuff on other people? What happened to us when we were 10, 12, 5 years old? Okay, you had a jacked up life. Okay, it is still your responsibility to change, make an attempt to change your lifestyle, your environment. Sometimes it's hard, but when you are grown, it's on you. You're not a child anymore. So I don't want to hear nothing about what happened to them as kids. I don't condone abuse on anybody, any age. But when you become an adult, it is expected you behave like an adult. And I get it. Some people don't have the tools to behave in a normal fashion. And the way things are going today, you know, you'll hear people say, well, what is considered normal? You're right. Well, what is considered normal? You know? Because the way people behave, lash out, pop off, I know, I have my moments. Somebody said, well, that's not normal. You have to know how to control yourself. You have to know how to not use foul language and not put your hands on other people. Exactly. Exactly. But we also know that we're human and we can have a bad moment. But that's my point. You still got to own it. You got to own it. And these two, I don't see them owning anything. I don't see them owning any responsibility for abusing, neglecting children. I won't doubt they both are base heads. You're getting high on drugs. She probably is getting high. He's known to be a user, Jake Harrow. So, hey, it's what you allow. And people say it, hey, you're hanging around a dope fiend, then what are you doing? And yes, we do have people in relationships, they don't get high, but their partner gets high. In the end, people are still going to judge you. Well, you don't use drugs. Why are you hanging with a drug addict? You're not a heavy drinker or a drinker. Why are you hanging with a drunk or drinker? Because people judge you according to the company you keep. So you're sitting here watching somebody beat your damn kid or a kid, then what are you? Exactly. You have to own your part. And you may say, well, I'm not doing it, but you're watching it. And you're not trying to tell the person, hey, what you're doing is wrong. And you're hanging around the filth. So people will judge you that you're filthy and you're grimy because you're allowing it. And as I said, at some point, you got to own your part. You got to own the part you play. You got to own the part you don't play. And I don't trust Rebecca at all. So when we talk about Jake Harrow being this evil person, a baby beater, you got to put her in there too. They're both grabbing because she allowed this man to mistreat her kid. And as I said, for all we know, she was mistreating her babies just as well. And I said this recently, and I'm going to say it again about the 2-year-old. I won't doubt that 2-year-old probably got banged around. 2-part live, everybody. Baby Emmanuel, where's the baby? Will Rebecca turn on Jake? Will she give information to what happened to the child, where the child can be found? Will he give information about what happened to the kid and where the child can be found? He's really know where the child is located. And Travis Decker, is he alive or is he deceased? If he's deceased, how did he die? Did he take his own life? And where can he be located? Like, share, subscribe. Drop your comment below this video. Donate to the network. $Big Angie. 129 Cash App. Follow me on the Newsbreak app and check out my extensive library of 5,000 videos uploads to the network. And also go to my community page to take the polls and updates to breaking news. I do have a movie of the week. It's called uh, Blood Pressure. Let's check it out. Let me know if you like it. It's a very interesting movie filmed in Canada about a lady who starts receiving these anonymous notes in the mail where this person is dissecting her life and telling her about her lifestyle and how they can help her out. I think you can read between the lines what it means. But anyway, check out the movie. Let me know if you like it or not. You can watch it free on YouTube and also on Tubi. I'll talk to you guys later. You all have a wonderful week. You've been listening to The Raw Excel. Bye-bye.